It's Tyler.
Yes. Hi, Tori.
Beautiful. Hi, it's nice to meet you. If you
Yeah.
care to share where you're located, I'd love to know.
Yeah, so I'm actually located in New Jersey, but I go back and forth between here and Costa Rica. So I'm just home for a couple months right now.
Oh, beautiful. Why Costa Rica?
The peace. It's just beautiful there. No drama. Everyone's just always happy. And for the fruits.
Oh, absolutely. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, do you do a lot of detox already? What is your experience?
So I've been a little bit of background. I've been vegan or transitioning since 2018. So right now I'm at the point where I'm going raw, and it has been interesting. I like it. The only thing is that a couple months ago I was like suffering from like some stomach issues. And so I went to the doctors and they're all like, oh, we don't see anything. Everything's fine. But unfortunately, it's actually still happening. So I, the reason why I wanted to connect with you is just to kind of get an idea of like any advice because it's kind of weird, but like I can wake up in the morning and feel like I just ate, right? So I'm like, super bloated or it just seems like whatever I'm eating isn't I guess it isn't what is the word I'm looking for?
Moving,
Digesting properly.
digesting. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So that's the issue I'm having now. But I was, I did the whole raw juice for about maybe 3, 4 months and then started introducing foods. But I don't really eat as much like full meals. I'll do like fruits and things like that. But I want to get back into eating, but my stomach. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, got you. Do you have a specific question you want to address, or is it kind of just this situation?
Just this situation. I guess any advice on how to heal my gut issues? That would be my question.
Yeah, okay.
hmm
So obviously I don't when I do these things, I obviously don't know a ton about people's bodies and things. However, any sort of gut reaction to plant foods or mostly plant foods or raw foods tells us there is an imbalance of could be bacteria, could be fungus, could be parasites, could be any of the above, could be accumulation of waste actually on that digestive tract to where you're not absorbing things completely. That's why you have that full feeling very constantly.
hmm
So, have you ever like done a full cleanse before? Have you ever fasted or done anything to clean out the gut in particular?
Um, I would say no. I mean, I've fasted before, but I haven't fasted recently.
Okay.
Um, I've mainly just done like juices
Okay.
instead of just not, doing anything or just like water or something of that nature. So I did that for about 3 months, but didn't help.
You
And
did
I'm still
juices?
somewhat doing it though.
You did juices for 3 months?
Yeah. And then I think I've probably had maybe like 7 meals over like the past, like actual like meals where I've maybe cooked something or had something raw.
Mm,
I would say within the past like 2 months, maybe.
okay.
So it's a lot of juicing and fruits.
Hey, got it. Do
hmm
you Okay. Are these only fruit juices?
I do include some green, not as much as I should, but I do include green as well.
Okay. So,
hmm
in terms of rebalancing the gut in particular, greens are your best friend. Okay.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, there has been this narrative of detox that you need to be 100% fruit to see effects. And that is not the case. I did 100% fruit. I did 100% fruit juice for 3 months and left completely depleted. And the only successful long-term healing I have seen is a detox approach of 50% fruit and 50% greens, something along that ratio. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you're on the right track of doing juices for a period of time because when you do juice, you're taking a lot of pressure off that digestive system and you're allowing the body to somehow rebalance. However, when you're 100% fruit juices can be used 3 days, come out of it. then go back in for a week and come out of it. Then go back in for maybe 2 weeks and come out of it. But when you come out of it, you need to rebuild with minerals from greens.
Okay.
I think that juicing in your case, you should get to smoothies more because we need fiber.
Okay.
How do you feel about that so far? What I'm saying?
You're not telling me anything that I didn't already say to myself. I think for me, I don't know, because I've lacked fruit intake when when I considered myself vegan, because I feel like I was considered the unhealthy vegan, right? I wanted to fry everything and eat pasta and flour and things. So since getting all of that stuff out of my diet, I wanted to focus on fruits. So it's a consistent, rebalancing and then relearning a lot of things. So I think for me now, it's like, okay, I know that I've been consistent with the fruits. And so now I need to readjust that, add some greens, be consistent with that. And then, like you said, have that 50-50 balance of everything. So what you're saying does make sense. And then, I did go to the doctor and they did say what you kind of alluded to, is that it was a buildup of waste. And so they tried to give me, the softeners and stuff like that, but I don't like to take pharmaceuticals. I did not take it at all. And so that's when I transitioned to raw. So that was my response to him saying that. But I think that my body is still not in a good state to eliminate whatever is left over from the healthy lifestyle that I had when I was vegan.
Yes. And that's usually the case, because when you have accumulated waste that's very like dried on the intestinal tract and it's like truly stuck there, like the number one thing I'm going to recommend is doing enemas and getting comfortable with enemas.
I do enemas.
Oh,
and,
yes.
And my cousin was like, well, do you think that could be a reason why it's kind of stuck?
No, never.
Okay.
Never.
Yeah. I love enemas. But I haven't done it since, because I feel like the last time I did do it, it was when this first started. And I think it was so bad back then that it kind of like just made me be like, okay, maybe I need to find a different approach. But I can do an enema. That's no problem.
Yes. Okay, good. So it sounds like in your case, we teetered a little bit too far over to, I'm not going to call it extremist because it's okay, but we need the body to get a chance to have homeostasis again, the chance to get back into balance with solid foods, with a decent amount of fiber, because juicing does not give you fiber. That's facts. It gives you chlorophyll, it gives you minerals if you do green juices, it gives you enzymes, it gives you antioxidants. It does not give you fiber to balance out good gut bacteria and push waste out of you.
Yes.
Okay. So green smoothies in particular is going to be the easiest hack for you. I would say that if you are just coming off of a period of juicing for a while, it sounds like
honestly, I don't even think about cooking or even making like a meal. So I'm at that point now where it's like, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. So it might seem a little ambitious, but getting around like a pound of greens a day, it sounds like a lot, but like almost picture, like if my head is like that big, a pound of greens kind of looks like this. Okay. So like a huge Vitamix, right? Half of that was filled with greens. That would be maybe 1/3 of my serving for the day. And then if I had a nice bowl of salad, that's another third. And then think about how you can get a final third in another smoothie, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. Try it out. Greens and enemas, get your body back into some building maintenance lifestyle instead of such heavy like fruit, juice, fast. Yeah. Just give your body a chance to see how it regulates. And then we can determine from there if this digestive thing is actually a real issue.
Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope that helps.
It did. Thank you. I probably needed to hear it because, I know I needed to put more greens into my diet, but hearing it from someone else, it definitely is going to put fire under me. I'm actually like by my garden where I started growing some stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I got to get more greens into my life.
Yes. Perfect. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I loved meeting you.
Yes, you well, thank you so much, Tori. I really appreciate
Of
it.
course. Feel free. I mean, now that I know you, like DM me with questions, pop into these when I do them. So,
Yeah, of course. I'll let you know how it's going in about 2 weeks.
okay, perfect timeline. Good. It gives us a chance to see how it actually affects you.
Right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Of
See
course.
ya. I'll still watch on live.
Okay, yes, perfect.
Hi, thank you so much.
Oh my God, guys, everyone on Instagram is seeing my genuine excitement right now. I
That's
love this.
You're like super behind on the Instagram, so you're like, I'm gonna let someone in, and then like right away, I was like, whoa, that's so fast.
Oh, okay, my bad. But
No, no
good, we're
worries.
here. We're here.
I think it's my
Hi.
internet. Yeah. Hi.
Where
I
are you?
do have. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, where are you from? I just want to know.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago. I'm here right now. It just got done raining a ton.
Beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
You seem like you want to dive right in with something. Go for
Yeah, I have a question.
it. Okay.
So this is like sensitive information, I guess, but I'm totally comfortable sharing it just in case like anyone else has issues. But I've been dealing with what I think is endometriosis and what I think is fibrocystic breast changes. And so I go through like a lot of like frustrating hormonal issues, but it's just 1 week a month. And so I've been wondering, like, I have been switching over from like I've been following your guides. I've been like one of the ones that's like reading everything. And so I've slowly like cut out meat, took a month to cut out meat, took another month to cut out like dairy. And the dairy, like I noticed a big change after cutting out dairy. And then now I'm like working on grains slowly. But I'm wondering like what sort of detox like plan should I go for like if it's just affecting 1 week out of the month? Like the other weeks I feel great.
Okay. So women's hormonal cycles are very interesting.
Mm,
So we have estrogen is a very acidic hormone. Now, I don't know what week of the month this is happening, but let me tell you right off the bat what I think, first of all. So we have a certain week of our cycles where estrogen rises, and estrogen is a very acidic hormone. Okay. Naturally, we wouldn't have a problem because we have a natural raise in acidity with the rise of estrogen. However, most of our bodies are already very, very acidic. So when we have a rise of acidity on top of an already acidic body, then symptoms may start to just lash out a little bit. Versus naturally, we should be, if we were truly living and embodying a plant lifestyle and living off the earth and not loaded by chemicals of society, then we have a natural rise in acidity on a very clean body, right? So
right,
it's almost
right.
acid on acid causes problems, but acid on a nice base doesn't cause problems.
Okay. I've had problems with acid reflux too, so that would make sense that my body is much more acidic.
Okay, got it. And this is good that you've already, let me just say, I love that you just came on here and you were like, I already transitioned off this and this and this, and this is exactly where I'm at. For anybody listening on Instagram, that's the type of energy we need to bring. People who are
Yes.
doing independent work behind the scenes. Because technically, I don't even know Priscilla yet. Now I know her, right? She's never been a client of mine and she's already here. Like, I did this and this and this and this. And now she's showing up with her question to bring it to the next level. I love that.
Yeah, well, like all the solutions that I found were like genuinely I did a lot of research and like all the solutions I found were to do like breast surgery or like cysts removal and like I just saw like a lot of things that said like or like yeah, breast reduction or something like that. They're saying like there's a lot of recovery, like months and months of recovery, and I'm like financially I can't just like recover and not work. And so honestly, like your video came up and I was like, whoa, like this is a solution I've never heard of. So I've been like watching everything and I'm like, whoa, I can do this naturally. Like this is crazy. Like this is not in the research that I found. Like, yeah.
it doesn't exist in the research, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
called crazy, right?
Yeah.
But why are they going to fund? They're not going to fund me telling you, let's clean out your lymphatic system with some fruit and some
Right.
greens. They're never going to say that. So
Right.
let's get into some real hard recommendations here. So fibrocystic breast and endometriosis, the root cause of those two things are accumulation of waste in the lymphatic system.
Right.
The lymphatic system is the clear fluid that runs throughout the entire body. It lives right underneath the skin. It kind of is exactly like the blood. The blood goes everywhere. The lymph also goes everywhere. Now, I like to like articulate if someone has like a cyst or something that's like on the surface of their skin and they pop it and you know that white fluid that comes out,
Right.
all of that is lymphatic fluid. Okay. So
Oh,
that kind of will put it
wow.
together
Okay.
for you.
Right. Is that like a clogged, like, lymphatic duct, I guess? Is
Oh
that
yeah,
what?
yeah. Anytime someone has a cyst, it's just like there is waste coagulated, which means stuck together in a certain location and it's trying to burst out the skin somehow.
Right, okay.
So in your case, any sort of fibrocystic breasts or cysts that pop up and dissolve or lymph nodes that inflate and dissolve, those are all the same root cause. The lymph is accumulated with toxins. Cysts will start to form and dissolve according to where those toxins move, how much your lymph flows, how much you're moving, how much you're dry brushing, if you're saunaing, if you're oiling your body, allowing your skin to stay moisturized and open. So
Okay.
taking care of the skin is going to be very helpful. Movement is very helpful. Dry brushing and saunaing are very helpful.
Okay.
This is a lot of things to incorporate.
Yeah.
However, we will talk. I'm kind of giving you everything and then we'll talk about an actual structure of how to start implementing. Um,
Okay.
but this is just, I just kind of am going to dump information so people can take what they want and then we'll do a plan for you right now. Okay.
Right, okay, that's awesome.
Okay, cool. So that's lymphatic. That's
Okay.
mostly the fibrocystic breast. Now, the endometriosis in particular, as women, our womb sits right on top of our bowels. They are literally like back to
Oh, wow.
back.
Okay.
So if we are at all constipated or at all have leaky gut, and we have waste that is accumulated in the digestive tract and it's able to seep through the actual intestinal walls because our walls are broken down from junk food, from Western med, from birth control, from chemicals, all the things break down our gut lining, allows
Uh,
waste to seep through.
okay.
Now, in women in particular, when that waste seeps through the intestine, the first stop shop that it ends up at is our reproductive system.
Right.
So
Okay.
endometriosis is inflammation of the endometrial lining. Inflammation consistently of that endometrial lining is because there is waste that is just sitting in that area consistently and not able
Right.
to be left. Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much we can just say toxins and acidity in that reproductive area. In your body, it's manifesting as endometriosis. In someone else's body, it may manifest as PCOS, which is actual cysts. In someone
Okay.
else's body, it may manifest as fibroids, which are actual like encapsulations of waste in some degree.
Wow,
All of
okay.
it is the same root cause, all of it. Okay. It's just however your body is choosing to manifest or not.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
So I said this to the last Tyler. I said enemas. Enemas in your case too. I would say
Oh, okay.
getting comfortable with enemas because the more often that we can flush out any of that dried accumulated waste in the bowels and actually have it leave the body is one less opportunity for waste to leach onto your reproductive system.
Do you just get those off Amazon?
Yes, good
Okay.
question. I'll put it in the chat for you right now because you're right
Okay,
here.
sweet. Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, let me get it for you. So
Mhm.
anybody who's listening, if you need an enema kit, stainless steel enema bucket off of Amazon. Okay. Stainless steel is going to be your best option. You can get a silicone if you want to. Silicone is easy to travel with. But stainless steel is going to be the best. Now, I know enemas are intimidating. I understand. I really do understand. However, there's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. The worst that's going to happen is you are going to maybe all over your bathroom floor. That doesn't seem that crazy though. Just clean it up.
True.
Clean it up, you know? It's just like it's this thing where we all just have to get more comfortable with our waste. Especially
How do you do that, like, regularly? Because for me, like, the only symptoms that come up are during, like, my menstrual cycle, like, my period cycle. But, like, do you do it just, like, I don't know, like, right before, or do you do it just regularly anyways?
good question. Great question. So, in doing enemas, once you get comfortable with it, get over the hump, there are some things we can look for. So if you're not going to the bathroom every single day, the day that you don't go to the bathroom, you should have an enema. You need to be eliminating in some way at least once per day. That's step one.
Okay.
If you go to the bathroom once per day, but say it's in the afternoon sometime, maybe you're going the whole morning without pooping at all or eliminating your bowels, you should be doing an enema in the morning if you haven't gone to the bathroom by like 2 p.m. Okay.
Usually, because I've been really consistent with like just fruits in the mornings and then like fruits and green smoothies. So I definitely like I go to the bathroom like at least twice in the morning, maybe once, but then the rest of the day like I don't at all. So then you'd say like during that time to do it?
Yeah, okay, perfect. This is good. So in your case, morning sounds great. Let's
Mhm.
do enema. Try it, get over the hump. You know, you don't have to
Yeah.
dive right into 3 times a week, is what I would tell you. 3 times a
Ah,
week.
wow.
Okay. Don't dive right in though. Just try it
Wait,
once.
no.
Try it
Okay.
once and then DM me, be like, Tori, that sucked. I hate it. And then
Okay,
we'll just get over it and keep going. Okay.
for sure.
Um, yeah, so 3 times a week is that ideal once you're really comfortable with it. And when you get home from work or something, that evening time period before you're about to sleep for 8 hours, it's going
Right.
to be really nice to release any waste so it's not seeping out.
Mm,
Okay.
okay, that makes sense.
Okay. This is your push to try an enema.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah. And when you're talking about like, does it matter because I only have symptoms during my menstrual cycle or whatever? Even if you only have symptoms one time a month and you feel amazing those other times, it still means something. It still means that
Right,
there's something
right,
off in the body on a deeper level.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any questions beyond that so far?
Yeah, for that topic, not as much, but just wondering, like, I don't know if you already gave it, but like the schedule that you were saying or like the breakdown. I don't
Yeah,
know if you're to that. Okay.
of course. So in your case, you're doing amazing with your diet. I am not about to give you a structure of how to keep transitioning your diet because you've read all the things. You know point A and you know where you got to get to. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Take
yeah.
the diet at your own pace because I want it to be sustainable for you.
Right, right.
Okay. Don't even worry about it. Now, what you can be doing is implementing these body treatments. So, enemas is going to be number one.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Number two, how much do you move your body and exercise?
I skate pretty regularly. I skateboard, and so I do that like multiple hours a week for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it break a sweat? Do you actually break a sweat?
Depending how hot it is, but actually, because I just watched your video where you said like if your skin reacts at all, like then that's saying something. And my like neck got really itchy, and I was like, oh no, like that's really that's like a sign or something.
Okay, got it. So good. Keep doing that. Amazing. I would recommend getting a dry brush and starting
Okay.
to just brush away at yourself. Okay. It's going to naturally stimulate the lymph to move around the body instead of staying stagnant in certain areas.
Okay.
Especially in your case, fibrocystic breast means that there is some sort of like waste trapped in the torso
Yeah.
region.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So kind of dry brushing across the whole torso. It feels amazing to dry brush like right up here, going
Yeah.
towards the lymph
Yeah.
nodes of your armpits. That feels phenomenal.
Okay, sweet.
So those two things, like that's all you have to add right now. I'm not going to tell you to buy a portable sauna yet. If you want to, you can. Like I have one, but
My car doesn't have AC, and so I like have recently just been pulling up the windows and being like, okay, here I go.
oh my God. There you go. Perfect. That's the sauna. Good. Do
Okay,
that a
sweet.
couple times a week, actually. Sit in your hot
Okay,
car. That's
okay,
perfect.
I can do that for sure. Sweet.
Good. Okay. So yeah, focus for you is just these extra elimination support modalities.
Right.
Okay. Like,
Would you recommend like, or sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Would you recommend still going through, because I haven't done like the fully raw vegan, like that 1 month period of like fully that. Would you recommend still going through that and then just like reincorporating stuff after still, or I don't know.
So that's ultimately going to be the goal. Okay. So the progression
Hey, okay.
right now is like your body right now is kind of transitioning for what a detox would be. An actual
Right.
detox requires 3 to 4 months on 100% plant raw foods in order
Okay.
to clear out the whole body. However, people cannot dive right into that overnight, or else in your case, you already have skin reactions to exercise. You're going to have stuff trying to purge left and right if you dove into that right away. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
So exactly what you're doing is perfect. You did dairy, you did glutens, you're doing grains or whatever it is. That progression is amazing. I would say a next step for you would be like, you have fruits and stuff in the morning, maybe green smoothies too. I would add greens in the morning
Yeah.
too for your
Yeah,
smoothies.
for sure.
Okay.
I
And
add
then
the fruit. Is that okay?
you what?
Like I add like kale or spinach with the fruit.
Oh yeah, greens and fruits can be mixed together, no problem.
Right. Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, that's your whole morning, which is beautiful. I would say that, are you still cooking with oil or are you off that?
I have been maybe like a few times a week. I've been trying not to, but it's hard.
Oh, it's hard. I know it's hard. Um, okay. Doing some meals of steamed veggies. The word is called
Right.
mono-mealing. So what
Okay.
that means is if you're gonna have dinner and you want some cooked food, obviously, and you don't feel like using oil, doing a plate of steamed broccoli, for example, with like lemon and tahini and garlic powders and all those things as sauces are
Okay.
great.
Sweet.
Now, the reason why I say the word mono meal is what that means is like you're eating the same vegetable all at the same meal. Okay. It's
Yeah.
very easy on digestion. So I would say to you, one time a week, maybe do a mono meal for dinner time.
Okay.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Because you
Do
can
that.
ease up, like the more you ease up on digestion, the better the body is at healing other parts of you because it's not focused
Uh,
on digesting.
yeah, that makes sense for sure.
So it's
Sweet.
kind of like a hack to, you're not fully in detox, but if you just have the
Yeah.
same thing for your whole dinner and nothing else combined, the digestive system like, oh yeah, this is easy and I'm about to go to bed, and it's kind of like a mini break for the system.
Okay. That's really cool. That's cool.
Cool. And then other days of the week, don't worry about it. If you're still cooking with oils, it's not the end of the world. Just make sure it's avocado oil if you're actually heating it up.
Okay, yeah.
Um, okay. Anything else coming up for you?
No, that's great. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Super helpful.
Okay, good. It's amazing to meet you. Thanks for popping
Yeah,
in.
you too. Thank you so much, Tori.
Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to
I'm
meet
actually
you.
we're all a little fruity. I've been talking to you on
We're
Instagram.
all a little fruity. Yay. It's nice to
How
meet
are
you
you?
virtually. I'm good. I'm good.
Bear with
Um,
me. I have a rough voice right now, and I think maybe that's one thing I'll ask you about.
okay.
But if I cough, I'm sorry. I'll try my best not to.
No problem. Where are you located in the world?
I am in Liverpool, New York.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool. Do
Uh,
you want to start with your question?
yes, I mean, I have a lot of issues. So I was the one that was like, I've got lupus. I've been out of work. I'm just at my wit's end. I don't know what to do at this point. But the one thing that's really, I think, the topic that's bugging me the most is I didn't know I had GERD. I think I have GERD and I didn't feel it. And I've had acid reflux in the past. I've been very sick in the past. I've healed myself following Dr. Robert Morse and all this stuff. So I'm seasoned with it. I've met Ted Carr at the Canada Fruit Festival. So I do know things, but I've just lost all faith in anything I'm doing at this point because I just continue to get sicker and sicker. So, anyways, besides the lupus, the GERD, which I didn't know was GERD, I couldn't swallow some days. I couldn't even swallow my own saliva. Um, my throat is excruciating to the point where I feel like I had my tonsils out when I was 21. I can't get rid of that. My throat swells up. It's it's horrible. I have stomach pain every time I eat or drink. I burp, and it's like this excruciating 2 second stomach pain. So I just think I have so much damage from my stomach all the way to my throat. And part of it is eating makes me cough or talking. I've lost my appetite for anything. Like I don't want to eat fruit anymore. I'm so sick of sweet stuff. I did follow a protocol of like a pound of spinach and fruit, and it was all raw. But this one doctor I was following, she also did omega-3s. And I think that ruined my gut even worse. I didn't do well with like the chia seeds, like tons of them, and flaxseed oil and flax seeds. So that's a long question. I'm so confused as to what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to 98 pounds. I'm exhausted. I'm not working. The pain is excruciating all over my body. But I got to get the GERD to go down so that I can eat. But I've got to get some sort of appetite.
Mm.
So I don't know. It's a loaded question.
It's okay that it's a loaded question. My first reaction is like, do you feel like, do you feel depleted? Do you feel low energy? How do you feel about your body right now?
Oh, I'm exhausted. Like
Okay.
I was lucky enough to like get up, put my laundry away, like and the pain starts to set in about now, where just your whole body is exhausted and horrible. So that's part of the problem is the fatigue.
Yeah. How long, you said you did a Morse protocol. How long on fruits were you?
So this was years ago, and I had lupus the first time, and I was not even close to being this sick. Honestly, I did like just fruit for 8 weeks.
Okay.
And I did so well. I cleared up quickly. I stopped my medications. I was able to thrive and then add salads and some steamed food every now and then. And I did that for a few years and I was great. And then I lost it and I ate like a trash bag for a couple years and now here I am.
Mm,
All vegan. Never I've been vegan for like 8 years, all plant-based, but crap. Takeout,
okay.
processed food.
So
So
it sounds like you're kind of starting again at this point A that you healed once before, and it's frustrating you that it's not working again this time. Is that what I'm understanding correctly?
yeah, and I have bounced around like where I did try the lots of spinach and fruit and then only fruit and then fruit all day and cook meal at night. I've tried so many things, but I've been sick for about a year now and it's just getting worse and worse and I'm like,
Mm,
what the hell?
mm. Have you ever done herbal support or herbal protocols?
No.
Ah, okay. So that's like the fact that that was my first question should probably say something in itself. So herbs are incredibly powerful at rebalancing the body. And the reason why I kind of went to straight to herbs for you is because you do have the knowledge of all the diet stuff, right? You've kind of tapped out with trying everything that you just mentioned. I'm not going to repeat. But
Mhm.
once you tap out of that level, then there is another level, especially when something's not working. So in your case, I definitely could not recommend like a herbal protocol right now without knowing more about your body and your history and your symptoms, because herbs are nature's medicine. It's very irresponsible for anybody to recommend an herbal protocol without understanding somebody's body, because it is kind of like a prescription in some way. So that would be my next piece to just tell you is like herbs are a missing component that you have not dabbled into yet. I would not be discouraged that all this stuff isn't working because you're not doing it in entirety. Okay.
Mhm.
You're
And I'm
not
not eating enough.
right. Okay. Okay. I'm glad you know that.
Yeah.
Yes, all of these things should be paired together. I shouldn't even use the word detox. I mean, healing in itself it has three prongs to it. And I say that it is the diet, it is herbs, and it is body treatments, which is enemas, castor oil pack, movement, all the things you can do to support saunas, hot and cold showers, all those things are body treatments. All of those three things have to exist simultaneously to see how your body truly responds to healing. Because if you start to pull one lever and you're not pulling the other levers, stuff is going to back up downstream and you're not going to fully open the body. You're not going to fully open up every elimination pathway. You're not going to fully nourish the way we want to. So all of these things have to exist together. Okay.
Mhm.
What's your
Definitely.
first reaction to me saying that?
It makes sense, and I know I need to be more consistent, but I keep questioning myself. Oh, maybe this isn't the right thing, so I'll try this. And so I
Mm,
agree. I need to stick to a plan. It needs to be consistent, and I just haven't had the guidance, I guess, and I've lost all faith in my own knowledge. So, um,
mm,
yeah, so I agree. That makes sense.
okay. Yeah. I think that like, I hate hearing I'm losing faith, because you don't have to lose faith when we actually do it in balance. Okay. So I guess the first thing that I can say is, and if you're comfortable sharing, are you on any Western med drugs for lupus right now?
So I was on hydroxychloroquine against my will for about 2.5 months because I just got married and I was terrified I wasn't going to be able to even walk down the aisle because
Mm,
I couldn't walk, I couldn't move. And then I stopped taking it because I started having severe swelling of my lip, my tongue, my throat, like angioedemia, I guess. And so they took me off of it because they weren't sure if it was causing that, but it wasn't because I still have the swelling. So
okay.
I'm not on anything, but I just recently got off of it about a month ago.
Okay. I will say you can start so gently, so gently with an herbal tea. Okay. Herbal tea, try to get yourself 24 ounces of herbal tea every day. I would start with, so simple, high in minerals, red raspberry leaf, alfalfa, and oat straw. This blend of these three are so high in minerals. It's going to get tea to start being a habit for you. 24 ounces of tea is usually a dosing that we want per day to start getting benefits of all the herbs. Maybe 12 ounces in the morning, and then you can brew the same tea 12 ounces again at night. I know the next step for you is an actual herbal protocol. You have the diet down. You understand what the diet has to look like. It's just stacking the herbs on top of it, rebalancing the gut, parasites, fungus, bacteria, those three, 100%, especially with any autoimmune. We have to balance those three. And
Hmm.
then using herbal teas is the first step to getting you to that point. I can't blatantly recommend herbal protocols. You know this.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just start simple. And in terms of what you're eating right now, do you still feel like right now you're not hitting a good volume of food?
Oh, no. It's almost like I'm repulsed by
Mm,
fruit. Anything sweet. All I want is savory. I want a salad with dressing. I want vegetables. And I can't have nuts. I can't have seeds when I'm doing a detox. And my
mm.
kidneys really messed up. I'm going to the kidney doctor tomorrow. My numbers are like in the thousands, I guess, with like my protein, creatine. So I'm trying to be cognizant of my kidneys are really damaged and they can't handle anything. So I know nuts and all, like, but that's all I want. And so like to eat fruit, I literally just sit there and I'm like, ugh, but I'm like, eat it, but I'm not eating enough. I
I
don't
don't
know
want
why.
you eating fruit. I don't want you eating fruit. I'll say that. I don't want you eating fruit. So this is where I've said a couple times random places, I'm like, if someone's in the fruit cult, please leave the fruit cult, because this is what happens. People get depleted and then they
Mhm.
get repulsed, and then they think that they can't heal or detox unless they're on 100% fruit. And in your case, it's so crazy that we're having this conversation right now, because I'm working with a client who we're damage controlling 100% fruit diet because they're leaking creatinine and protein from their kidneys in particular. We're damage controlling that exact thing. And he was actually in my dream 2 nights ago, and I told him, I was like, hey, I don't remember us talking about this, but I had a dream that we need to bring your body back into balance before you keep pushing for detox. Because even you just said, you're like, oh, but I can't detox with nuts and seeds and whatever, whatever. Yes, you can. It just doesn't look like the extremist full force, 130% fruit, that comes later again at some point after we build you up a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
Now, I'm not telling you to introduce nuts and seeds like crazy, because you are obviously, you say you're leaking protein and things. However, I want you on so many greens. Oh my gosh. I'm going to reach out over email in particular. There is someone called Ann Wigmore. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
Okay. Ann Wigmore has recipes for all savory blended soups, energy soup, she calls it, a ton of savory recipes. I want you on greens. Do a period of time, see how you feel for the next 4 days or the next week, whenever you feel like actually embodying a ton of greens like this. But like green smoothies, if you can get away with some sweet in your green smoothie, if you feel like it wants to taste good, green smoothies, blended soups, and salads. This is your diet. Okay. I wouldn't worry so much about volume right now, as long as you have one smoothie per day, one soup per day, and one salad per day. That's all I ask for right now, because that's already a step up. Okay.
When you say soup, do you mean raw soup or cooked soup?
Either one you want. So raw blended soup, I'm going to send you the recipe for energy soup itself. You're going to see it's like cut up zucchini blended with kales, blended with dandelion greens, blended with garlic, and like a ton of things. That's technically raw. Or you could do like a nice veggie broth with maybe some carrots if you can handle steamed again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't handle raw, like I can't eat a salad quite well right now.
Okay. So then,
It'll
yeah,
just come out as a salad. So
let's
sorry.
try some blended raw soup, some cooked soup, and then if you want to dabble with some steamed mono meals of vegetables. Okay? A plate of steamed carrots, a plate of steamed broccoli. See how your body handles it. I don't quite know how your body's going to handle, but the blended raw soups you should do very well with, and then obviously smoothies we're good with. But don't focus on fruit. Like let's just break that for now, because we want to bring the body back into balance after this depletion that you're experiencing. We need to restore minerals. Greens are the things that are going to restore minerals most effectively and the fastest. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to email you.
Okay.
DM. No, I know we are all a little fruity. I know you. You don't even have to DM me. Your email's in my DMs right now. Okay, I'll send you a little follow-up. Have faith. We just have to embody all the things correctly and in balance again. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. It was good talking to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Of course, it was good meeting you.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi. I'm redoing my house behind me, so don't mind that.
I love it. No problem at all. What's your name?
I'm Christy. I'm from Arizona, Phoenix. I've been following you for a while. I finally got to eating awesome meat for 2 months and vegetables, no bread, no dairy. I have had rice with veggie sushi here and there out of necessity because illness. I will start with telling you that I have 78 diagnoses.
Okay.
I worked in med my whole life, and I became Western Med.
Okay.
By the end of it, I started with a neck surgery 8 years ago, and through that, I've got MS. The list is ridiculous, to be honest. And at some point, you stop caring about all that. But my biggest thing I deal with is POTS and low blood pressure and high heart rate. And that's like right now I'm fatigued, so that's why I'm like sitting up to write again. But my day basically ends when my energy does, and I'm down. I can't get up. I have pounding, the whole top, the headache, the start to pass out. I know my kidneys are really the key to all of this. I do add in herbs here and there. I was working with functional med, and that helped, but then I crashed. And I caught the C back in July and got so ill with a drug interaction with steroids and antibiotics and other things they gave me because I have MS, and they almost killed me in February because of this. And so I'm recovering now, and I'm kind of at the point of, okay, I got the diet, I got the momentum, but I know I really don't have a great direction to focus besides rebound. I get up and do the same thing. I juice. It's always lemon, water, celery, cucumber, and then a fruit. Maybe 2 fruits, but that starts giving me bad liver pain and gallbladder pain when I drink too much watermelon, especially. And then I start eating. I've been cooking with olive oil, healthy version, but I know I can't. I'm still not at the point to get off of everything, and I've been eating a lot of potatoes. Like, that's all I want. And now I start like, okay, this could be why I'm not feeling like the great moment that I should be. You know, everybody's like, you're gonna feel so fantastic, and I'm over there like, oh, this is terrible.
Oh, okay.
It's been a real mental process to get to where I am with the foods, especially because, well, I'm Italian, we're foodie people. Like, you eat when you're sad, you eat when you're happy, you just eat. Oh, you've got a good grade, eat. So I grew up in that overeating thing too, so I know I don't know good balance exactly on that. I'm just trying to get through the no meats and all these changes with the, you know, just vegetables. I bought canola, or what is that? Like quinoa. Sorry.
Okay.
I get my words a little because I have such high cog fog and issues
No
from
problem.
hot. But I haven't even tried that. I'm just kind of sitting there. So this was the perfect thing to get through to you. Like, I want to cry, but I'm not going to. I'm just so thankful.
Yay. Okay. So amazing 2 months on no meat. Amazing. Now, are you still any dairy? I don't think we touched on that. No
dairy. Long time.
Okay.
No eggs.
Let me write some stuff down quickly. Okay. No dairy, no eggs, no meat currently. Beautiful. Still on some grains though, it sounds like. Now.
Right. Like every couple weeks, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. This is actually a good thing to bring up that hasn't come up at all. So grains, when people are transitioning off, I would focus on quinoa, black rice, or wild rice. Those are the 3 grains. If you guys can get yourself off of brown rice, white rice, jasmine rices, basmati rices, perfect. Stick to the wild, the black, or the quinoa. These are very ancient grains, okay? They are much less mucus forming than the other rices.
Okay.
So yeah, get familiar, dabble with cooking those. Usually with black rices or wild rices, you should soak them before you start to cook them. So if you know you're going to do rice for dinner, throw it in some water in the morning, and then you'll see the actual rice kernels start to like bloom open. And then they're easy cooking, easy on the digestive system. It breaks down a layer around the outside called phytic acid. That phytic acid layer of any sort of kernel, nuts and seeds have them, grains have them. So we want to break that down as much as we can. And we do that by soaking it. Okay. So that's the next step, I would say, in your case, is to get off any rices. And I know you're not having it often, but still, we just want to get on the better option. Now, potatoes. This is an interesting thing you brought up. Okay. Is it every single day?
Yes, like it's all I crave. That's potatoes. I'm air frying them, like crisping them. I'm making like patties. I can't do anything more.
Okay. So people will usually crave potatoes when they're lacking minerals, okay? Because you want the starchiness. The body will naturally start to crave starchiness and I don't even want to say sugar, but it's like a type of sugar. When you don't have enough minerals to nourish you. Now, it's so funny that let me see how I'm going to articulate this because it's all related in my brain and I see the connection. So I'm going to start by saying the adrenal glands in particular. Okay. So POTS, low blood pressure, nauseas, all these things are rooted in the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are going to blow through all minerals in your body when they are imbalanced. So now we have your number one symptom right now, of POTS that you brought up, is rooted in those adrenal glands. You're craving potatoes and starches, which tell me your body is lower in minerals. Those adrenal glands are going to blow through any minerals you're consuming because they are already imbalanced, which is why it's manifesting as POTS symptoms. So now we have these like two elements here that tell me the root cause in your body right now is adrenal glands to some degree.
Yeah.
So
I have like literally, I can only sit here as you see me for so long that I'm gonna have to. I can't even hold my head up.
Oh, lie down. Lie down if you have to.
I'm trying to write all this down.
Oh, that's true. Well, this is gonna be. It's recorded. You'll be able to see it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you'll totally be able to see it. So sometimes I feel kind of repetitive sometimes because like the root of somebody's diet is going to look the same across most people until we get into much intricate more levels of shifting things. So right now, like my answer to you is we obviously need more leafy greens in your diet. That's what it is. So the fact that you're craving potatoes, even if you are already having a lot of leafy greens, the fact that you're still craving starches still tell me there's not enough.
I haven't been eating that many because I was under the wrong impression that the green vegetables I was eating at cucumbers was going to be it. But now
Okay. Okay, good. So now we corrected that. Green vegetables are different from leafy greens.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. How do you think if you were to like start tomorrow, what's the easiest way for you to maybe get some leafy greens into your body?
I have spirulina and I have powder and I have barley wheat grass bean powder. I just
Okay.
it. So I've been doing heavy metal detoxes like once a week, but I can start making a smoothie maybe better than the fresh juices I'm making every morning and add those in. But with spinach, I'm not sure the best greens to attack. I mean, I wrote down the ones you said, but for me specifically with this low deficiency, I started getting things out of my face, as you can see right here too. So,
I see. I mean, I'm in the same boat. My skin is still purging because the kidneys need help. That's it. Yeah. Kidneys need help whenever we see skin stuff. Okay. And it's so funny too now because kidneys and adrenals are directly connected to each other. They sit right on top of each other. The adrenals sit right on top of the kidneys. The adrenals affect blood pressure and your kidneys affect blood pressure. So all of these things sound very connected. It's kind of putting some puzzle pieces together, even without me knowing your full health history.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of leafy greens, I just really want you to focus on rotating your greens a little bit. I know you mentioned spinach, but we need more than just one. There is a book called Green for Life. If you're a reader, if anyone's a reader, I would recommend starting with that book. If you're going to read anything at this point in your journey, it is to start with Green for Life.
Okay.
It's really going to explain the importance of greens, how it rebalances almost everything in the body, and how easy it is to get it in your day. So can you do maybe spinach, kale, cilantro works really well in smoothies, and then like a spring mix as a salad potentially. So you might have those 4 in rotation a couple times throughout the week.
Okay, yeah, I could do all that.
Okay, that works well.
The barley, is that?
Well, I just don't know what brand you're using.
Vimergy.
Oh,
They
good.
have- Yeah.
Good. Put all those in rotation. If you guys are using Vimergy, then that's fine. I don't use them anymore, but at one point in time I did, and it's okay. Yeah. So use their barley if you have it. Use, what else do they have? They have spirulina maybe? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, anything by them. Totally use it up. Add it to your smoothies. I would be focusing on, start with maybe half a tablespoon of every single one. So if you have spirulina, half, barley, half, then put greens and fruit together in your smoothie as the base. Okay, that sounds doable for you?
Yeah, that sounds very doable. And just
Okay.
by using greens, I'm assuming, how long would I use them where I could start to see a little lightening of my symptoms I'm going through right now? And then I'm gonna book an appointment with you because I've been sitting on the fence to do this and didn't know what to do. Seeing a functional med lady that she's been wonderful to this point, but I know it's not the right direction for me. The detoxes and
So I can never predict how long it's going to take for you to notice extensive relief in your symptoms. You'll notice some though fairly quickly if you get to the level of greens that we're ideally talking about right now. Yeah, I can never predict time, because even in my case, right? It's like, all right, my skin still purges and I've been doing this for 2 straight years. Sure, it's worked and I'm significantly greater, but like I can't predict it. And it sucks sometimes, but
I mean more like not the healing, but more that I will see the differences from wanting potatoes and starches to know I'm level of greens. Like,
okay.
Like after 2 weeks, will my body be mineralizing enough to where, okay, if the potatoes aren't going, maybe I have another something I got to figure out, or
that's a good timeline that you're thinking. Like a 2-week timeline to recognize the shifts in mineralization from greens regularly, like that is a good time span. I will say, if you still crave potatoes during this time, have them. I would recommend too, maybe trying some sweet potato instead. If you're on white potato, try sweet potato. And then if you can do broccoli, like steamed broccoli is so good as a mono meal. And if you're trying to get the density, but it's not quite a starch like a potato, but you can load it up with dressings and stuff on it if you want to, it's still like a very satiating meal.
okay,
Yeah.
Wonderful. And are you big on cilantro, parsley, like in everything? Because I've been trying to eat one bunch of them a day, even if it's smoothie or cooked. Just have that mark in my head.
Oh yeah, herb it up. Herbs all day is amazing, especially cilantro. Cilantro is a very natural binder for heavy metals. And because in your case, we have like MS stuff and pot stuff, it's like there is some sort of lymphatic accumulation happening. So any gentle binders,
Okay.
just help.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I don't want to take any more of your time because somebody else gets this great experience.
Thank you so much for joining.
And I have one more question, if you don't mind. I have a best friend that was just diagnosed with myeloma, and she's going through biopsies on her lungs and now they want to do a kidney. And do you see patients that are right in the thick of about to go into chemo or chemo? Is that a normal? I know your story, so I've been praying to God to get a hold of you and ask you this, because my best friend is just sitting down.
I would say this is probably the best time for her to work with somebody, because if there is, I'll never tell somebody to completely like avoid or ex-nay Western med. I'll never say that. But if you can complement them together at the same time, the depletion that happens from chemotherapy, we can mitigate as much as we can by using natural methods at the same time. Instead of her doing nothing and living her whole life to the point where it got her this condition, like
Yeah.
we can complement them both together beautifully. So this is probably the most ideal time for her before she's going in that.
Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Of course. It was great to meet you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, nice to meet you.
All right.
Is it Charette? That's how you say your name?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
beautiful. Where are you located in the world?
Maryland,
Oh, East Coast, beautiful.
East Coast.
Hey.
I've given up sugar, no dairy, no beef, no pork, still chicken and fish. And I'm going through menopause. And menopause is a beast. So I'm trying to mitigate the hot flashes, the insomnia, and the brain fog, and all those good things that come with menopause. When I get up in the morning, and I do have high blood pressure.
Okay.
Right now I'm doing fruit juice. This morning I had watermelon juice with the rind. And then I'll have maybe oranges or grapefruit in between. And then I'll have a light lunch, maybe a piece of chicken, salad. My Achilles heel is potatoes and rice.
Okay.
I'm trying so hard to give it up. I don't have to have it. I just crave it sometimes.
Okay. How often?
All the time.
Oh, okay.
All the time.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's a craving more than just a really bad habit that is hard to break. I'm trying to think what else. I do kale and spinach in my smoothies. And I'm going back to making them. I had stopped for a while, only because my husband and I were on different schedules and I didn't want the loud blender to go off in the morning. But now I have the summers off because school's out. So he leaves before so I can make the smoothies again. But I just want to get back, I guess, to where I'm not going to get back to where I was, but I want to get close to it. Menopause has done traumatic things to my body. And I can't get rid of that weight and the belly fat.
Okay. So a couple questions that I'm going to pose to you. You don't have to answer them if you're not comfortable, but
Okay.
the fact that I'm asking the question should mean something to you, okay? Have you had any history of irregular periods or crazy menstrual cycles throughout your life is the first one, okay? Are you at all constipated or have inconsistent digestion? That's the next one. Okay, great. Now, have you ever had any problems like falling asleep, staying asleep, any hormone imbalances? Those are my next.
No, not until the menopause.
Okay.
I would sleep and stay asleep all night, and now I wake up at least 2 to 3 times during the night.
Okay. Okay. So menopause should never be unpleasant for people. And I have never gone through menopause, but I do understand how the hormones work of the body, of course. So in your case, you're already transitioning your diet beautifully. I'm curious to see if you have chicken at lunchtime, are you having meat again at dinner time?
No.
Okay, so meat once a day. This is good. This is great. All right. You're already transitioned well into this. Have you ever dabbled with any herbs?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And actually, I'm trying to do the gut cleansing, and I've been doing it for about a month now. I do the tea every 2 days, and I'm doing the herbs. I have the liver cleanse, the kidney cleanse, the lung cleanse.
Who are these? Are these herbal formulas by somebody?
Yeah.
Who are they by?
I have to go upstairs. Can you give me a second?
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
So-
I can't find it. I think
Oh, it's okay.
a
It's
plant.
not a problem.
Oh.
I would just say that with whatever those are, whatever those
Mhm.
herbals are, I would not call them cleanses.
Okay.
Okay. So like herbs have to be paired with a correct detoxification diet in order to actually strip toxins from the body. The fact that you're having chicken once a day is amazing. Fine. We're transitioning. You're still going to be healing with the number of plant foods that you're consuming. However, we're never going to get to that actual stripping of toxins level.
Okay.
Okay. So are you completely off eggs?
No.
Okay. I would say eggs is your next.
Okay.
Organic chicken and wild caught fish is fine. Okay. Come off eggs. And what about cooking with oils?
Avocado.
Okay, good. Not bad. All right. I would say order of priority for you then is to come off eggs, then start to get comfortable with steamed vegetables.
Okay.
And then we can slowly give up chickens and salmons when you feel ready to actually take a detox to the next level. You will find a lot of healing already by taking out cooked oils from your diet, especially with the menopause symptoms.
Okay.
Okay. Reason why this is because cooked oils overburden the liver a lot. Okay. The liver maintains a lot of balance across all the chemicals that enter the body, and they help process anything that's accumulated in the lymph and get it ready for elimination. It does a lot of functions, the liver does. So if it's overburdened at all from Western med drugs, which it doesn't sound like you're on, or cooked oils, then we just don't want the liver to be doing excess work that it doesn't have to when you're actively dealing with chronic symptoms like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So liver is key. So yeah, eggs, cooked oils, and then chicken and fish can stay truly until you're like ready for an actual detox process, which would be dropping into 100% plant. Okay. The herbal blends that you're taking now, I don't know quite what they are, but I'll give you some insight on the best way to take them. You never want to take herbs after meat or a high fat meal. Okay. So when you're cooking with oils, if you still are, you don't want to take any herbal tinctures or things after that meal. And if you're having chicken and stuff at lunchtime, you don't want to take herbal tinctures right after that meal. So in the morning, when you're on this fruit, that's going to be your best bet. Okay. Even if you're doing herbs once a day, it's still better than no times a day. And like I said, I don't quite know what you're taking, but I'm just going to say across the board, herbs mostly are taken better. Most herbs are taken better in the morning with some fruit, with some smoothie around that, because it's not high fat or high protein. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did that answer? I know your question was related to menopause, but the foundation of helping the symptoms is exactly what I'm saying.
And I do green tea every morning too.
Ooh, can we come off of the green tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So green tea and black tea. Green tea and black, is it decaf green tea? No. Okay. Green tea and black tea in particular are going to have an effect on the adrenal glands. Now, sometimes for people, it's not a problem because they're only slightly caffeinated. But when I'm dealing with people and they come to me, they're like, I have a chronic symptom I need to get rid of. I am going to tell them everything they can possibly change in their diet to have success as fast as possible. So if we switch from a green tea to maybe a red clover tea or a red raspberry leaf tea, those two would be actually phenomenal for you.
Okay.
And you're not on any Western med right now?
Yes, high blood pressure.
High blood pressure. Okay. Okay. That should not interact. However, I will always recommend, I would say my biggest gap in knowledge is I'm not an herbalist. I know formulations that I use to help people throughout detoxification. However, off the top of my head, I do not know herbal interactions with all the medications out there. So I just encourage people, Google quickly. If I say red clover might help you for menopause, red raspberry might help you for menopause, you're going to Google red clover herb plus whatever your medication is. So take that, you know, what I say here, I might have to do a disclaimer before my videos too when I put them out. This is not medical advice, guys. This is not medical advice. So yeah, I would just Google, but red clover and red raspberry, good tea for
Awesome.
you to swap out. Okay.